Pre-purchasing and preloading games on the Nintendo Switch is an awesome feature, but it could be so much better. Hello everyone, my name is Adam and I'm an indie game developer, and welcome to Timeline Gaming, where I talk about everything Nintendo from the perspective of a game developer, as well as give you behind the scenes videos on what I'm developing. If you're new here, watch this video, and if you like what you see, hit subscribe and smash that like button. Last month, I made the mistake of purchasing the digital version of Starlink Battle for Atlas. I say that only because the physical version was on sale for $35 on Black Friday. But when I made that mistake, I got a second chance to pre-purchase and preload a game on the Nintendo Switch, and I experienced a major letdown. You see, usually when you preload a first-party Nintendo game, you can play the game right at midnight Eastern Time or 9 p.m. Pacific Time the night it releases. However, the third-party games all seem completely random with when you can access the preloaded content. For Starlink Battle for Atlas, you couldn't access the game until 10 or 11 a.m. the day of the release. Tons of people were up, hyped, and waiting for the game to release, and then the game didn't release until later the next morning, and it honestly killed the hype. I think Nintendo needs to require these game publishers to release their games at either midnight Pacific Time or midnight Eastern Time, or maybe even midnight whatever your local time is. Doesn't that make sense? The entire game is literally already downloaded onto your console. It's ready to play, but for some reason the game publishers won't let you play it until the morning. That's what doesn't make sense to me. The most realistic thing to do is to require all preloaded games to be accessible at midnight Eastern Time, because that's already the standard that Nintendo has set, and that's the standard for physical game releases in the US. Some people may disagree on requiring games to all release at a set time, and that's fair. But if Nintendo isn't going to require a set time for when preloaded games can be accessed, then at the very least, Nintendo should require the publishers to put what time the game will be playable at. That way the customers actually know what time they'll be able to play the game that they bought. Even a simple thing like this would have helped me, because instead of staying up to see if the game was going to release, I could have just gone to bed. I've done this many times for game launches. I've waited up and the game didn't launch until super late the next morning. So adding a time of release would really help. This leads into a bigger discussion though. That is, are physical or digital games better? You see, if I decided to purchase the physical version of Starlink instead, I could have gotten it at 9 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. in the morning, because Best Buy and GameStop do 9 p.m. Pacific Time launches for games. So in this way, physical games are a better option right now for people who really care about getting the games as early as possible. There are dozens of variables that play into if digital or physical games are better, and what it really comes down to is it's going to be personal preference for each person. This topic really deserves its own video, and I've been thinking about doing a video all about it. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a video guide on all the pros and cons of going physical or digital with Nintendo Switch games. I've seen videos about this in the past, but now that we have preloading, and now that you can download your friends' games onto your Switch to share games, there are many more variables to take into consideration when deciding to go physical or digital with your games. In the meantime, let me know what games you have pre-purchased and preloaded, and what time were you able to actually access and play those games. Is it important for you to be able to play the games the night of the release? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching.